my friends, the Vandals will be arriving soon. They're anti-portas.
The throngs?
Yes.
and welcome to our celebration of the Cathedral Farms and Urban Cathedral Garden and Urban Farms. Tonight we celebrate the earth and all of its creation, and we give thanks to all of the earth and its inhabitants. And it is in a spirit of gratitude that we offer an acknowledgement of the land and its peoples. Here in this space and time, we acknowledge the land upon which we gather and the indigenous peoples who have stewarded it. This sacred space, the sacred space in which we gathered outside, and the sacred space of this cathedral, and all of this land is situated on the traditional territories of the Tongva people. We extend our gratitude and our respect to them for their enduring presence and care for this land. We honor the diverse histories, cultures, and spiritualities of the indigenous peoples who continue to shape and enrich our communities. We commit ourselves to the ongoing work of reconciliation, healing, and justice, walking alongside indigenous peoples with open hearts and with humility. We have much to learn. As we celebrate together, let us be mindful of our shared responsibilities to protect and nurture the land, to honor the wisdom and resilience of indigenous peoples, and to cultivate relationships rooted in respect, understanding, and unity. In doing so, we help create a more inclusive, equitable, and compassionate world for all. May it be so. May it be so for all of us.
Thank you. Hi, everybody.
Hello, what's up?
Nice to see you. Thank you for being here. My name is Fahad Siadat. I am the artistic director of the Resonance Collective, which is the arts organization that presents the Golden Thread concert series, which you are currently attending. And I am wearing a second hat today, also as an employee of the First Congregational Church of Los Angeles, as the assistant director and a singing member of Laude, the ensemble that you are going to be hearing later this evening. And while the Resonance Collective is not a religious organization, we do have a long-standing partnership with First Church because our missions as organizations are opposite sides of the same coin. The Resonance Collective is an arts organization exploring how we define sacred and spiritual music. First Church is a spiritual organization with a major focus on the arts. Both, however, see the arts as a vehicle for accessing the sublime, connecting to one another, and doing good in the world. We know the line between what is art and what is sacred is already very thin, and I think for some of us, perhaps non-existent. There's a funny analogy I like to use. If you take a piece of paper and you crumple it up and you use it as a fire starter, there's no problem. This is maybe even expected behavior. But if you take that same piece of paper, gather a few more of them together, cover them in ink, and you bind them as a book, and you throw that in a fire, suddenly we have a problem. There's something sacrilegious happening. You are burning a book. Declaring something to be art raises its status. It makes it precious, worth considering, and treating with a certain level of reverence. Walking into a temple or a concert hall is nearly the same experience, sometimes exactly the same experience, like today. But it's one of respect, requiring specific decorum, maybe a certain way to dress, speaking in hushed tones, and also a certain expectation of personal uplift, maybe even personal transformation. Similarly, the experience of prayer or meditation and that of attentive listening are not so dissimilar. They're both ways of opening the aperture, expanding our hearts and minds, and raising consciousness. Making this connection between art and the sacred is why the Resonance Collective exists. And it's why the arts infuse nearly every aspect of the religious services at First Church. And now we have added this community gardens and urban farm into the mix. Another example of sacred elevation, turning dirt into soil and a collection of plants into a garden. Since the inception of the community gardens and urban farm, we have been making connections between this initiative and the music program at FCCLA. And while it might not seem obvious as a connection at first, there is a spiritual logic that binds these activities together. All three of these things, the arts, spiritual practices, and organic regenerative gardening, have the potential to connect us with vastness. We connect to the vastness of mystery through prayer, the vastness of nature through physically working within Earth's microorganisms, and the intangible vastness within us and between us through singing together. These are more than just activities for personal development. Like any complete spiritual practice, these programs are also about engaging with the world beyond ourselves as individuals and embracing the interconnection and interdependence that exists between all living things, plants, animals, the earth itself, and one another. There is a name for the work we do to unveil the inherent value in each of us and the work that we do to move towards a community of mutual belonging. We call that work social justice. The community gardens and urban farm aren't just about growing things. It's about providing food for those in need and empowering their sense of independence and agency. And the act of choral singing, too, is a vehicle for us to directly experience and practice an understanding of our larger corporate identity. The gardens are a way of taking care of one another as a large community in the same way we support and lift one another up through song. And in both instances, it is not the work that is the primary focus. It's people. Feeding, regenerating, and nourishing body, soul, and soil. Tonight's concert is an invitation for you to participate in all of the above. Our hope is that both the music and the garden celebration to follow will bring a feeling of uplift and connectedness, and that you are left inspired to bring the same to others in this ever-expanding and beloved community. Thank you for being here.
Ambe, 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 Ambe,
of the composers up here or out there will tell you is a very special moment. It's almost like, I don't know, a soul energizing moment. So for me, I hope it is for you too. As we hear my new piece today, I'm super excited. I wanted to share a little bit about the creation of it. A year ago I started working on this piece with the intent of creating a work that asked the voices to explore as many different ways of voicing as they could. And then as that was before we even had the idea that the urban gardens and community garden and urban farm might exist. And then it came into being, and then we decided to do this concert, and then I said, oh, this piece is for that concert, that dedication, because so much about listening for new sounds that the voice can create is about deep listening and connecting to yourself. So much about what it takes to recognize being a part of a community food security movement, to recognize our connection to the earth and to the plants is about listening first to yourself. The two aligned so well, and as I started looking for poetry, I was delighted by what I found and also interested in what didn't exist. So few poets talk about the intimate connection between people and plants. They more often talk about their own feeling around plants. And so I found a few who actually did bring us into that space that you'll hear. And the piece we just heard is about ancestral connection. The more I played and listened to and heard these words, the more I realized that this is also a piece about our ancestral community, the people who came before us. Both of my families were farmers a generation ago, some still are. It's about the future generations that we're creating for. And that connection to the earth is our ancestral connection too. It's the centenarian oaks in our backyard. It's the incredible weeds that pop up and go down every month, etc. I'd like to also offer a special thanks to Adika Chilome, to Sandra Cisneros, and to the Jedi Krishnamurti Foundation, all of whom allowed us to use their words tonight in this music.
When we country
I'm the director of the new community gardens at Urban Farm at First Congregational Church of LA. Thank you, David. Thank you, Fahad. Thank you for your music that continues to be so expansive and immersive and creative and so good. Thank you. I have so many thank yous, so I have a few notes. But first of all, I need to thank Reverend Michael and Reverend Laura for giving me this opportunity. And entrusting me with this amazing initiative that just keeps growing and growing and growing. And I have an amazing team of two partners who have jumped in with tremendous work and passion, and they're both passionate and very gifted gardeners, Doug Hart and Carol Carter. And then I have a huge garden team that is just jumping in all the time and has helped us plant all along the way. And then I have to thank our farmer, Ben, the farm advisor, Ben Hirschfield, who has really shared the vision and sees the vision of food, soil, people, community, families, and beauty. And all of those are all one. I mean, so much one. And it's such a gift to have been here and to walk the path together. And I'm so excited to keep moving forward. I have to also thank the California State Department of Food and Agriculture for a very generous, wonderful grant that we received at the early part of the year. And thank the unflappable, brilliant Debbie Barker, who harnessed and pushed and mentored me and helped us really in this grant-making process. And I don't know, I mean, there's just been so much support all the way along the way, and the entire FCC LA staff who built our raised beds, Jose and Hector and Marco, and the event staff, the impeccable event staff that never misses a detail and is always there. And it's just an amazing team of amazing people, and I'm just so grateful to be part of the team and to help guide this. And the initiative actually came out of a conversation less than a year ago with Reverend Michael and myself, and we were working in our food donation program, Food at First, which was started in 2021. And at that time, we were feeding 20 families, and fresh protein, fresh chicken, fish, beans, grains, rice, fresh vegetables, fresh fruit, diapers for young families, and grocery gift cards quarterly. And every 2 weeks, it was like we were meeting new friends, and we were learning about the community and meeting new people in the community. But we were also seeing extreme need, and that number of 20 families grew to 250, which is what we are today. So I would leave every 2 weeks just exhilarated and inspired, and yet there was just more. And I went to Reverend Michael and I said, what if we planted a community garden, like a couple plots, and empowered our community and our neighbors to grow food and to learn to grow food and to give them food sovereignty and healthier lives and a bigger community. And Michael said, funny, you're thinking about that. Come to the backside of the cathedral and let's take a look. And out of that one conversation, it grew really rapidly, really organically, and it's where we are today. So the initiative is we're building out over 12, 15 raised beds of appropriate organic vegetables and herbs. We're planting over 40 fruit trees, citrus and stone fruit, vining beans and berries, and growing all drawdown carbon plants and grasses, bringing in bees and butterflies, monarchs and hummingbirds and pollinators to grow these plants. And also just building out this soil and really, as Farmer Ben says, we're creating a food forest for our community and neighbors. And it's just such a glorious journey, but it's really a big initiative, and it's really exciting. And so we need support and resources, and so if anyone would like to join the team and give time, give money, give any resources, we would love it. And we have on the website, fcc.org/giving, there's a drop-down, and Community Gardens and Urban Farm, I think it's the first one on the list. And we also have cards out on the table with our QR code to direct giving. But really wonderful to have you here, and thank you to everybody that's given so far, and just for being here. Thanks so much.
when we see land as a community to which we belong, we may begin to use it with love and respect. These words of Aldo Leopold strike me as central to our community gardens and urban farm. While the vast scope of loving all the lands of earth amid the violence we visit upon them through insatiable development and urban sprawl, strip mining, drilling, and endless commodification feels daunting, I am reminded that love is most effective when expressed locally. When we look around and imagine ourselves as part of an interconnected, interdependent whole to which we and everything and everyone belongs, we begin to understand our loving part and what is possible. The vastness of injustice can only be met with tiny seeds like this that, joined together, can remake or rewild the world. The poet Death Eames says, change happens at the rate of relationship. This Gardens Initiative is a reconsideration of how this church community relates to the land in our care and to our neighborhood and its people, of which we are a part and are a part of us. So I echo Lori with the invitation to join us in this work, to give from your resources for the continued cultivation of healthy organic food in our regenerative farms. Consider becoming a regular sponsor of the Gardens and Farms. Talk with Lori and her team about the ways you might belong yourself to this amazing growing group of volunteers, lending time and talent, hands and hearts in the community of soil on this beautiful campus. The journey toward justice by renewing and repurposing the land for addressing food insecurity is vast, but every small commitment and act of love is like a seed that comes to rest not only in the soil, but also on the end of the long arc of the moral universe, bending it little by little by little toward justice and peace for all. Thank you.
you now get to sing with us once more. Yay! With this amazing song that was written for children like my 2-year-old and Fahad's 2-year-old and Chohi's 1-year-old and Joanna's 2-year-old. So many babies, more to come, I'm sure. But we get to be babies with the earth today. The melody's real simple. We're going to sing, jump in as it goes. It repeats a lot. Why don't we stand up too? That'd make a lot of fun. And then, of course, after the last piece, there's an amazing party outside. Ianthe Marini is going to lead us in some Greek dancing, so definitely stay. Enjoy the party, give more to the gardens, and just have a great time tonight. Thank you for being here, for making this night so special, and for your continued engagement in everything that's going on here.